Today we're going to talk about some of the ways that you can stay connected to your students in between courses or when you're on a break from classes. It can be really helpful to stay connected during these times, both to keep the learning momentum going and to avoid the feelings of isolation or loneliness that may arise. However, it can sometimes feel intimidating or awkward at first to initiate connection. Preparing to stay connected. If possible, it's a good idea to discuss with your student ahead of time whether they would like to keep in contact during a break and what kind of communication they think will be most helpful for them. For example, you might discuss how often you'll communicate and what device you'll use. Once you do, here are a few strategies for making the most of your time apart. One option is to keep it simple. Try simple daily text message exchanges using the grammar and vocabulary that you've covered in class. Start small. Depending on the level of your student, you may only try one exchange each time you communicate, whether you're doing this daily or a couple of times a week. More advanced students may want to engage in more elaborate conversation. Try to make it personal. For example, you could send a picture to your student including a one-sentence description of the picture and ask them to respond with another description. You can also get creative. You may even try to send voice messages or do video calls. On programs like WhatsApp, you can record your voice instead of writing messages and even do free video calls. Many students are already using WhatsApp to communicate with their friends and family in their native country. This app can be downloaded for free and works very similarly to regular texting, but has a couple of advantages. First of all, many students prefer it because it doesn't use cell phone data. It works wherever there's a Wi-Fi connection. If you're working with several students, you can create a group and name it. This can make it easier to track messages. One fun way to use WhatsApp is to record messages rather than typing them in. You can do this on regular text messages too. Students will be able to practice their pronunciation and listening skills if you do this. On WhatsApp, you can also make regular and video calls with up to 4 people. Seeing people's faces can make you feel more connected and has the additional benefit of making it easier to understand each other. If you're unsure about using WhatsApp, you might consider asking your student if they can teach you how to use it. Making corrections. The goal for these exchanges is simply to stay connected, not to practice perfect English. Plus, texting is often prone to errors even amongst native English speakers. If a student makes a mistake in their grammar or vocabulary that they should know, try responding with the corrected form of what was said. Or consider simply keeping a list of mistakes during these exchanges that you can go over as part of your review when you get back to class. If you and your student will be apart for a longer period of time, you may decide to do more formal online classes. There are several platforms that can be used on a computer, tablet, or phone that can allow you and your student to stay connected through virtual classes. Some of the most popular options include Zoom, FaceTime, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and Google Hangouts. All of these options allow for free video conferencing. We have included links to brief online video tutorials for these platforms in the information below this video. The most important thing is that whatever platform you and your student decide to use, you both feel comfortable using it or have someone that can help you with it. Keep in mind that remote learning is not the same as in-person learning. So if you do decide to move forward with your lessons, rather than just reviewing past material quickly, be sure to build in ample time to review when you get back to in-person classes. We hope that these simple tips will help you see that staying connected while on a break isn't as hard as it may sound. If you try this out, please let us know how it goes, and feel free to contact us with any questions. Thank you for being part of the Intercambio movement.